This royal special that you're doing, Meghan and Harry, what can you tell us about it?
Well, we're really excited about this because we spent an intense 2 weeks putting this thing together. And I think what we've done is we've really created a story that people can watch and say, okay, this is not, the garbage stuff. This is the real. These are people who really, either know and have an opinion about what it means. And I think you're going to get a real look at what happened, why it happened, and what the consequences are. And on all three counts, this is a seismic change for the royal family. There are people who think this could be the end of the royal family, that now that Harry and Meghan have bolted against the Queen's wishes, what's to stop others from doing the same? And I will tell you this, that there are a lot of people who believe that Harry was led by the nose away from his family and his country by Meghan Markle. I think that's really unfair. And there are elements of racism here, sexism, but the big thing for me is this. I am convinced after doing this special that if Harry never met Meghan Markle, he would leave the royal family.
Wow.
Not because he doesn't love them. He never wanted to be part of the monarchy, ever. And we even talked to people who served with him in Afghanistan, and they, to a person, say he was absolutely the happiest when he was serving in Afghanistan with his buddies as a grunt soldier. He never wanted this.
Right. And so, yeah, it is unfair that everybody is just blaming Meghan, because, of course, that is the first thing that people go to.
Now, it's not to say that Harry and Meghan didn't misstep, and there were missteps.
Okay.
But to say she led him by the nose, as if Harry doesn't have a measure of free will, no.
So who did you guys speak to in this special?
Oh my gosh. I mean, we've spoken with, one of the elements we're dealing with is what's their future like? How much money can they make? What are they going to do in entertainment? So we wanted to get people in entertainment who know branding and success. So we've talked to Mark Cuban, Ryan Seacrest, Lisa Vanderpump, Claudia Jordan, Dr. Phil. And to a person, they are saying that Harry and Meghan, Mark Cuban called them the next Obamas and said that they are going to be billionaires.
Okay.
But to a person, they said they are going to be incredibly successful.
What about, I've heard rumors of Ted talking to them about a Netflix deal.
Well, they've definitely interacted, and we already know that Oprah has partnered with Harry on a docuseries on mental health. So they're in, and nobody would turn them away.
Do you think
Nobody would turn them away?
That's true. Do you think Meghan will go back to acting?
Well, when I asked all the folks that we talked to for the special, and most of them think yes in some form. But she has to be careful in what she chooses to do.
Right.
Right.
Do you think that Meghan was prepared for what she was really getting into?
Absolutely not. There is no way she knew that there were going to be tough moments. She did not know it was going to be this tough. I mean, there are headlines, that she's straight out of Compton, that she's got exotic DNA, that she eats avocados and therefore she is somehow linked to mass murder and terrorism. And it's ridiculous. So I don't think she knew that it was going to happen at this level. There's just no way she could have known it.
Do we have any idea of how she was handling fame or how she handled fame before she became a royal?
Very comfortably. Okay. She was very comfortable in her role because she wasn't just a celebrity, she was really a spokesperson for causes, and she was eloquent about it. And she was a fierce proponent of women having the right to chart their own destiny. And she would go to countries all over the world to talk about this. So she's a very self-assured, confident, smart person. But she wasn't prepared for this. She just was not.
I mean, who could be? Unless you're born into it.
Now,
how could you be?
I will tell you this. The one thing I will say, that when you watch this special, you're going to start wondering, how long has this been in the planning? Because based on what I know at this point, I think for the better part of 2019, they plan to bolt.
Wow.
Yeah. And there's evidence of that. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but they had a carefully crafted plan to do this. And what happened was a newspaper in England found out about it, and they were about to blow the lid off of it. And so what Harry and Meghan did was, rather than go through the process of it, they realized we want to beat him to the punch, and they just said, we're doing it, and they did it. And the Queen said, please don't do it this way. Slow down, and they wouldn't do it. So that's how this all came about.
Do you have insight into what it was, like what was the straw that broke the camel's back?
No, I don't think there was a straw,
Okay.
and I think this happened early on. I mean, I know that in July of 2019, they were doing, look, they've taken out trademarks. They, you know, Harry was talking to Bob Iger, the head of Disney, about voiceover work for Meghan. You know, he was doing docuseries with Oprah. They had a plan for months and months and months.
Do you believe that there's other royals in crisis?
Well, it put the royals in crisis. I mean, the Queen, nobody checkmates the Queen, but they did. And, you know, she begged them not to do this. And they said, we're doing it. So she lost this one. And she is devastated by it and a little bit angry, because it really not only challenges her authority, but they won. They won. And everybody that you'll see in the special, there's no issue here. They won. The Queen lost this.
Thank you for watching. If you want more extra, hit the subscribe button and the bell so you'll never miss a video.